up, Woody Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Axe to Mangaka and Doujin Creator Chapter 7. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored. And we ain't sponsored by Shueisha, and we ain't sponsored by Manga Plus. And considering how much we promote Manga Plus on this channel is kind of surprising, right? But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable Will Bubba Kitty, who's somewhere around here, hopefully being good kitties, and this operation, well, again, literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App, PayPal, and Coffee. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon where we are doing our anime live reaction content. Because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So we can have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botched localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Digimon Beat Break. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you're a $10 Patreon member, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there is a stacked spring anime season in full swing, in which today we're covering Black Cat in the Witch's Classroom. We are also covering Witch Hat Atelier, Marriage Toxin, Yomi no Sugai, Akane Banashi, Miramashina Urumakan, and yesterday we covered Boku no Hero Academia 170 plus one more, aka Shippergeddon 2.0. And there's even more on the way. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So, well, last chapter of Axe Mangaka and Doujin Creator, well, the mangaka released a new series, so let's get into this chapter, see what's in store for us today. Polishing, discussion, dedication, effort. So this is the Review 15, proofreading, round 4, final, Dante provisional. Here we go. This should do. The framework is well formulated, and the characters, structures, and backgrounds are the most modern among all your previous submissions. Thank you so much. I reflected on every mistake I made in Gobkid and fixed everything that was lacking in there. Dante will start off as a one-shot that will take me to a new serialization. Robo, creator of Goblin King, brings you this supernatural Battle Death game one-shot. I'm getting my next serialization. And when that happens, I want to say it to her. I look forward to it. I want to thank her for everything she's taught me so far, and I want to introduce myself to her once more. Oh my god, he's going to tell her? But this time as Robu. That was the plan, but I was too absorbed in making my new series to the point I forgot to talk to her. Will you be showing up at the next event? Sorry, things are starting to get hectic on my side, so I don't think I will. I'll talk to you again, though. Okay, I'll be waiting. That's from half a year ago. Oh, shit. She might have already forgotten about my existence. I bet she'll be like, what do you want from me now? And just ignore me. It's okay. How about checking her Z account? It's happening. Here it comes. Robo-sensei has graced us with his return. She's so happy. Say, why not try contacting her? Yeah, what do I say to her? Let's see. Oh, one shot, Kavori Dante. Here we go. Oh, he's searching on Twitter. It's from the Gobkid guy. It was a good read. Yay! Kind of similar to Santa Rito's. It was okay-ish, I guess. Good for a one-shot. Managed to read without skipping. Charita-san replied right away. She said that we both probably have lots to talk about, so how about we hold a manga discussion council again? She said that ain't that great. It's been ages. It has been ages. If you like them, these are the new books I made since we last made. How many has she made in like 6 months? Oh my god. It's been ages since I last made a trip out to Inti, but it was so much fun. I guess every venue has its own vibe, huh? The shipping trends there were pretty different too. It did set me back financially, though. Have you ever been to Inti before? What the fuck? That said, it was an enjoyable, quick trip. The Inti venue itself had a great atmosphere of its own. Traveling there in winter was pretty cold, though. I'm sorry, I went on a full on machine gun mode again. Well, don't worry about it. Glad it's she's her usual self. That's impressive. It's only been half a year and yet you made 3 books? No, not at all. They're all pretty thin after all. I still have to figure out the circumstances of Buzz's birth. Well, not even I know that! Thank goodness she hasn't changed. Even after this gap in time, we could still remain friends, but why isn't she bringing up Dante? How was the Dante one shot? Of course I gave it a read. Have you already finished reading it, Ikuru-san? Well, he's the creator of it, but yes. The fight scenes, which felt pretty plain in Gopkin, were much flashier this time. The art style had improved. It felt more polished. Also, the premise itself wasn't complicated, and it was more in line with recent trends. That's all right. I've read so many works. It's all right. I've read so many works. I've done my research. I found where I was lacking and fixed it. I planned on everything with Juzo-san. The editorial department gave me a lot of helpful feedback. That's why. So I found it quite good. I know, right? Yes! I don't know how to say it, but reading Dante, I can feel Robo-sensei's effort and endless trial and error. I'm sure he used the time between Dante and Gotkin to broaden his horizons and reflect upon himself. Read like a book. This feels kind of embarrassing. But dude, like, I totally get that. I do. Like, the best example of this, and I was going to say this earlier, but like, is with Nanatsu no Taizai, Four Nights of the Apocalypse. Like, that's, like, you can sense that, if you haven't already, you can sense that, like, Nakaba, like, really took the reader's feedback into account and not only listened to it, but improved upon it. Improved his writing. And not just his writing, but his art, too. Oh, my God. For Koa is just a freaking masterpiece. I love For Koa. Oh my god. And the fact that, and I'm curious if we're going to see this with Dante, if Dante gets a full serialization, which it sounds like it's going to, is something that Nakaba did recently in For Koa was there was an arc with the Seven Deadly Sins fighting against, it was a rematch against Kath. And it felt like, it was like a goodbye, or it was like a send-off to the Seven Deadly Sins in a way. And it was also like a love letter to the Seven Deadly Sins. And not only that, but it was kind of like, I want to say like a makeup for what happened in at the end of Taizai in the fight against Kath. So like it was so good. Oh my god, it was so good. I swear to god, if you are not reading that manga, why? Especially if you're a Taizai fan. And if you rage quit after Taizai, you're fucking stupid. You should read For Koa. It's really good. But anyways, Dante made me feel Robo-sensei's resolve to proceed through a new path. Again, I understand. I feel that with Nakaba specifically. Which is why I also resolved to be the one to carry Bustachi's fate to the bitter end. Oh my god. The hell? Dude! What? Putting it more accurately, saying that I would inherit it would be arrogant to me. I'm not there yet. I cannot engrave every single truth yet, but I swear to continue to sing the cantus firmus, the entangles, the Bustachi fate I believe in. What the fuck, woman? That's the best I could do to repay Bustachi. In the end, I will also deliver its requiem. Robo's like, what the fuck are you talking about, woman? Robo-sensei will definitely keep on moving forward. That's why I want Bustachi's fate to be enshrined in the best form humanly possible. You know what? I've seen Fujoshi like have like this kind of resolve, especially like the triggered Bakudeku's fans that are still pissed off at Horikoshi, and they're gonna do their thing until the very end. Yeah, oh god, yeah. A lot of them are just ignoring that chapter 431 even happened, and they're just gonna do their own thing. That is how I felt. by the way, how did you feel when you first read Godkin? Oh god, this is gonna be interesting. My first encounter with Godkin, you say? Oh god. Let's see, it was a two-part shock for me. The first was encountering the manga Godkin itself. The second was becoming aware of Buzdachi as a ship. Oh god! As for the first one, I suddenly realized I had fallen in love with Godkin's story. The story begins by showing the king being born and raised as a goblin prince, only to later reveal that the world is full of things he doesn't know and that he had been living in his own little bubble. Then it turns out that he is actually shunned and looked down on, creating a prelude full of despair. It felt like someone grabbed my brain and shook it, so I was drawn in, wondering what could possibly come out of such a dead-end situation. I was expecting some dark plot developments, only for it to turn into a very classic shonen manga, which was also a pleasant surprise. Oh, I see. Dante failed to surpass Goblin King. Aww. Yeah, at least for her it did. You know, I'm going to say this. I understand to an extent, because I know some people felt that way about Forcoa, with the first chapter of Forcoa. But for me, because people were like, where the fuck is Tristan in all this? Because, you know, Tristan is... We didn't start off with Tristan. But for me, it was like, dude, we had a death in the first chapter of Four Nights of the Apocalypse. It was just fucking wild. It was so good. I love that. God, I love Four Nights of the Apocalypse so fucking much, man. For some reason, part of me knows why this makes sense. But why? I was sure it would work out. I was motivated. I put in the time and effort. I really spared no effort, not a bit. But still, seriously though, what should I do? Come to think of it, once again I couldn't tell her. Ooh, yeah. Robo is at 11th, that's not good. The feedback for Dante isn't that great, huh? Maybe it's best to reconsider the whole serialization thing. What should I do? Seems like something is troubling you. How about I give you some feedback? Oh god, Snarky editor, talk about, Bashikun. Oh Jesus. Please stop, my heart is so vulnerable right now. Who cares? It's almost time to leave work. Let's go, we're drinking tonight. Let's see. Kami was so cute. Okay, so this is yeah, Robo was searching, his one shot on Twitter. It's from the Goblin Dude, huh? The vibe was so different I couldn't notice. I feel bad for the old man who lost. Hope he's alive. How does gravity work exactly in that area? It's not like the feedback is bad, but why was I satisfied? What was I lacking? Was I overlooking something? Actually, is it already over for me? I just wanted them to enjoy my work. Huh? Who? It's already 11 p.m. Long time no see, Robo-sensei. Ryusei! Yeah! Here he comes! Dude! I love the look on his face! He's so happy! I love this man! He's everything, man. I love Ryusei. He's just that bro. I love that look on his face. He's so happy. Oh my god. Alright, I can't wait for his feedback on this too. But like, I'm really curious. There's something that, like, there's something that really does stick out. It says, it's alright, I've read so many works and I've done my research and I found where I was lacking and fixed it. Feels like Godkin has been stalling since around volume 3. In terms of his, work, in terms of, like, feedback. And the premise itself wasn't complicated. This is where it was. The premise itself wasn't complicated and it was more in line with recent trends. That's the problem. Being in line with recent trends is the problem. The premise not being complicated, that's a good thing. But being in line with recent trends instead of doing what you want to do is the problem. where as God, because like the thing is with manga, with manga, like you want to be the one to start the trend. You don't want to be part of the trend, if that makes sense. That's the thing that's kind of bothering me. Like, look at Witch Watch, for example. Witch Watch, like, I remember when Witch Watch started, and I knew it was going to be a hit because it was unique. It was its own thing. We never saw anything like this, where it was a slice of life series where you had, where it was following a rom-com slice of life series following a witch and an ogre living under the same roof. Then you had, the Tengu and the vampire and a werewolf too. Like it was its own thing. It's a unique premise. Then you got the Elusive Samurai. Yeah, it's a revenge story, but like it's a historical revenge story. It was a unique. The premise. Would you say it was a unique premise? Well, revenge story is not exactly a unique premise, but the premise was, let me rephrase this. The premise was simple. The execution of it was, the way Matsui executed it was very unique within itself. But yeah, that's the thing. You got it was also coming off of Demon Slayer's ending, and the Demon Slayer ending, and Shueisha was looking for the next Demon Slayer. And the thing is with the Elusive Samurai was that it was different than Demon Slayer. Like I definitely thought it was the next Demon Slayer. I thought it was better than Demon Slayer. And he was technically slaying at the end. It was, yeah, he was technically slaying demons to an extent because of the Bukacho tag. But yeah, it was in line to an extent. It was in line with recent trends to an extent. But yeah, same with like Exorcist series. Exorcist series, I mean, you have to find your own niche, your own little niche in them. Jujutsu Kaisen's another example of this. But seriously. Like, you want to become the trend. You don't want to follow the trend. You want to become the trend. There we go. That's the right wording for this. I mean, one that, like, I will say this, though. Like, Black Clover, to be fair, Black Clover is popular, but Black Clover, like, is one of those series where it was in line with the recent trends. It was. And it got popular, so there is that. So you could pull that. But then there's like series like Fire Force, where Fire Force was its own thing. But you gotta be I'm just trying to think. Well, Nakaba's doing Nakaba. Like, let's be goddamn real. I'm just like thinking, like, and also you got like shit like Gintama too. So it's just, you gotta just find your own niche. If you're gonna do something more in line with recent trends, you gotta like really make it stand out. You do. But as I said, you don't want to be in. It's better to create a trend than follow the trend, or be in line with the trend. There we go. That's the right way of wording this. Because, I mean, some came out of being in line with the trend and ultimately became the trend. I mean, look at Jujutsu Kaisen, for example. And, I mean, look at Chainsaw Man. Look at Hell's Paradise Jiga Karaku. Hell's Paradise Jiga Karaku became the trend. I'm just saying. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think? I think what hurt this one shot, at least in my opinion, is that he was trying to be more in line with the recent trends instead of trying to just focus on what he wanted to write and just do his own thing. I think the fan feedback is important. That's important. But Just trying to be in line with the trends is just a bad idea. That's going to fuck you up. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing more Mangaka and Doujin creator content. A few ways you could do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Coffee. Purchase something off our Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord. Friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.